Hey guys, I'm at the launch of the all-new Mazda CX-60. So this sits somewhere above the CX-5 and even the CX-8, but below the CX-9. It's a big deal because it's based on a brand new rear-wheel drive based platform. And when I say that, I mean the engine is mounted longitudinally. So that means it's more biased to rear-wheel drive driving characteristics. It also means it's able to accommodate a brand new inline-6 engine. How cool is that? An inline-6. I thought inline-6s were, out of fashion, but it seems they're coming back, which is awesome. I love an inline-6. I think you guys will too, because it sounds really nice, provides heaps of torque, and it's got good response as well. But it's a very smooth engine, so I'll show you in a minute with the 0 to 100 runs, and you'll see just how smooth it is. In terms of the design though, I don't know, what do you think? I think it does look a fair bit like the rest of Mazda's SUV range. It's got a bit of CX-5 going on at the back. It's just a bit longer. You can kind of see that it extends back a bit further, and then the bonnet is definitely longer as well to house that inline-6. But overall, it's very neat proportions. There's no weird creases or kinks in the bodywork. It's all very smooth and curved. It looks very nice. It looks elegant, in my opinion anyway, so you guys can be the judge of that. This version has got the SP pack, which brings in a lot of black details, so black grille, nice tinted headlights, or it seems like tinted headlights, with the sort of shadow titanium finish around the outside of the grille there. I'm not sure about these wheels though. I don't think they're not elegant enough for the rest of the car, but they are nice in black, especially if you opt for a different color paintwork. So you've got a bit of contrasting with the black and color theme going on. And then inside, this is probably one of the nicest interiors in this class. Like, it's beautiful in here. Got suede across the top of the dash, or Alcantara, and it extends all the way across the door trims as well. And yeah, just a very nice interior. It's not too flamboyant. I mean, it does obviously stand out with the peanut butter style leather seats and steering wheel, but it's not too shouty, I don't think. Anyway, it looks very luxurious. So we'll get in and I'll start it up for you. Push button start, of course. I've got the microphone on my collar here, so you probably won't hear the engine, but I'll give it a bit of a rev for you. Yeah, I think it sounds really nice. It's got a very smooth, traditional inline-6 note to it. The only thing I have found that I think it does have a bit of fake sound coming through the speakers as well, which it just doesn't need it. Even if it's a bit quiet, so what, it's still that nice, smooth inline-6 hum in the background. But yeah, I'm not complaining too much. It's a little personal thing I have. I just hate fake sounds through the speakers. I don't want to have to do it. But other than that, it sounds really, really nice. I found that in sport mode, the sound through the speakers is more apparent, but in normal mode, it might not even be on at all. So if you really don't like it, just leave it in normal mode, and then you don't have to worry about it. Mazda has stuck with its traditional infotainment system in terms of the way that it operates. Nice big screen there, but you've got your little scrolly wheel to toggle through the different options. I like that Mazda has stuck the climate control down on a separate panel, so you can always just, turn the aircon off or turn the whole thing off, change the temperature without having to dive into the big screen. We've got a number of driving modes to choose from: off-road, normal and sport. There's plenty of space in here. I'm not feeling claustrophobic at all. Nice big windows, plenty of visibility. And then with the door shut, I can see straight over that mirror there. That A-pillar isn't too much of a blind spot. I feel confident that I can see what's going on the road. And then in the back, I've got lots of room here. Even the headroom is totally fine. My head's nowhere near it. And this version comes with the optional sunroof. Apparently, this is the first Mazda with a full-size sunroof, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, lots of room. Even my legroom is totally fine. This model has twin USB-C ports down there, as well as a Australian outlet socket, which is very handy. And then heated seats on the outside, and obviously climate vents. Armrest with cup holders, and then bottle holders in the doors as well. And more of that Alcantara across the door trim. Overall, this is a very nice interior. It's a step up from, you know, the CX-5 and even the CX-8. It's definitely more classy, more luxurious, especially with this tan leather. Up at the back, nice size boot. So this is not a 7-seater. If you want 7 seats, you need to step into the CX-8 or the CX-9, which I think they're phasing out the CX-9 to make way for the new CX-90. But even so, that's a nice size boot, a little bit bigger than the CX-5. I'll flash up the numbers now so you can see the difference. It's got a space saver spare under the floor there, and also a 12-volt socket on the wall, and you can flip down the rear seats from the tabs on the side wall there, which is awesome, so you don't have to stretch and reach the top of the back seat. The main attraction though for me is what's under the bonnet. So under there is a 3.3 litre inline-6 turbo engine with 48-volt mild hybrid technology. I think it's so awesome that Mazda has come up with this brand new inline-6 engine, especially in this day and age. You know, when everyone's coming up with electrification or fully electric systems, Mazda's just come out with this quite big capacity, like 3.3 litres is pretty big, turbocharged inline-6, brand new engine. In fact, I think this is the engine I would pick. So there's 3 different engine options with the new CX-60. I'll just get out of the sun there. There are 3 different engine options with the new CX-60 in Australia. A 2.5 hybrid 4-cylinder plug-in hybrid, a 3.3 litre turbo diesel inline-6, so a very similar engine to this but with diesel, and then the petrol version. Apparently Australia is the first market in the world to be offered this new petrol inline-6 engine in the CX-60. So obviously this engine is available, or will be available, in the CX-90 large SUV. But yeah, Australia is the first market to be offered this. I asked one of the engineers if it will be offered in any other market, and he couldn't really answer. But so yeah, Australia might be an exclusive market for the petrol inline-6. I have driven the new plug-in hybrid only briefly. My initial thoughts are it's not as smooth as I was expecting, especially transitioning between electric and petrol power systems. It just seemed a little bit rough, but it is very powerful. It's the quickest in the lineup. So I timed 0 to 100 in 6 seconds flat. I think Mazda claims 5.9. You could probably achieve 5.9 as well. I don't see why not. Yeah, it's definitely very quick. It'll be interesting to see how it is with fuel economy in, you know, a longer term test or a longer term ownership even. Being able to plug it into the power and use fully electric driving for about 70 kilometres, that's a very handy option to have compared with some of the other cars in this class. Even so, I would pick this inline-6 petrol. It's just such a nice engine. We were driving it yesterday under sort of testing conditions, and by that I mean, you know, we're giving it some. We're not driving just on the highway, we're driving some windy roads as well, and the dashboard was saying 9 litres per 100 kilometres, which is awesome, I think, for a petrol inline-6. I think that's really good. You could probably get lower than that in the real world after extended driving, let the engine run in a bit more. These are brand new cars. I think you could get that down into the 8s or low 8s even. All right, so we'll head out and do some 0 to 100 testing now. I am on the public roads, we're in a remote location, so I won't be able to give it the full beans, but we can at least see the difference between the different powertrains with the V-Box attached.